Hello and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 955. We are in the middle of the Final 50 challenge. This is part 46, and part 46 was sent in by Kathy K. She has sent in several quizzes to the channel already, stuff like television comedies, TV westerns, movie musicals. She sent in quizzes like that. Today she sent in her 21 question random trivia quiz. That's what we'll be playing today. Good luck on today's episode. Question 1. This Zoroastrian Indian boy was born Farrokh Bulsara in Stone Town, Zanzibar. His family moved to Middlesex, England in 1964. Always having a love of the music and the dramatic, he created a band with college friends Brian and Roger, and later adding bass player John Deacon. Who is this lead singer? Farrokh Bulsara is known as Freddie Mercury. Question number 2. This Persian queen told the story of Sinbad the Sailor and many other tales to her husband King Shahryar in order to ward off his amorous advances and ensure she would live at least one more day. She did this for 1001 nights. What was her name? Her name was Scheherazade. Question number 3. Born in Dverkvashchina, Ukraine on September 29, 1976, this former footballer played for his national team, scoring 48 goals and making him the all-time top scorer for Ukraine. Only one of 3 Ukrainians to receive the Ballon d'Or. Who was this man that in 2016 became Ukraine's head coach? His name is Andrei Shevchenko. Question number 4. A former NCIS regular, this goth lab tech would sleep in a coffin, have multiple tattoos, and although she is only 5'10", she would wear platform heels, making her appear much taller. What was the name of this TV character played by Polly Peretti? Her name was Abby Sciurro. Question number 5. Called the Travelers of the Zodiac, people born under this fire sign are curious and energetic and sometimes lack filters. On the upside, celebrities under this sign include Brad Pitt, Jerry Lee Lewis, Jamie Foxx, and Steven Spielberg. What zodiac sign is this? The answer is Sagittarius. Question number 6. Created on September 29, 1829 by the UK Home Secretary Robert Peel and encouraged by his success in forming the Royal Irish Constabulary, this capital civil police force hit the streets to keep law and order. What are they called? This police force is the London Metropolitan Police. Question number 7. Based on a long-running Hanna-Barbera cartoon, this 2002 live-action computer-animated movie is set in a horror theme park resort where the horror is real, not just for fun. Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Matthew Lillard, and Rowan Atkinson were some of the stars of what movie? The answer is Scooby-Doo the movie. Question number 8. This prolific author began his literary career in 1984 when he sold his first naval thriller to the Naval Institute Press of Annapolis for $5,000. 5 of his books were made into movies, although the books were more exciting, such as Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. Who was this author? The answer is Tom Clancy. Question number 9. Known as the Ace of Spies, this real-life British secret agent was born in Odessa in 1873. He worked for the Special Branch of Scotland Yard and then for the Foreign Section of the British Secret Service because of his language skills. What was the name of this man that tried to kill Lenin? The answer is Sidney Riley. Question number 10. Founded in October of 1710, this settlement was originally named after the Swiss capital. It is the second oldest colonial settlement in North Carolina and served as the state capital from 1770 to 1792. Pepsi was created and developed in 1893 by Caleb Bradham in what city? The answer is New Bern. Question number 11. On July 14th of each year, this National Day of France commemorates a major event that occurred during the French Revolution in 1789. The oldest and largest military parade in Europe is held on this day, celebrating the unity of the French people after what 1789 event? The answer is the storming of the Bastille. Question number 12. Being a naval aviator, test pilot, and an astronaut in the 1960s in one of the Mercury 7 had to be incredible. But what was the name of the man who also got to be the first American in space and then later to walk and play golf on the moon? The first American in space was Alan Shepard. Question number 13. Founded in 1858 on St. Patrick's Day by young Irelander James Stephens and with the help of supporters in the United States, this forerunner to the IRA was formed. Responsible for the Fenian Rising in 1867, what group also was the mastermind of the 1916 Easter Rising? The answer is the Irish Republican Brotherhood. Question 14. Greek goddess of divine retribution, she meted out punishment for hubris, evil, and undeserved fortune. Her most famous temple was in Rhombus, and Agatha Christie used her name for Miss Marple in one of her novels. What is this name? The name we're looking for is Nemesis. Question number 15. Spending more than 20 years as the Philippines' First Lady, this woman was known for owning more than 200 pairs of shoes and her other extravagant spending. She fled the country in 1986, returning in the 1990s. What woman was then elected to the National Congress in 1995 and 2010? Her name was Imelda Marcos. Question number 16. Two cast members have actually boldly gone into space. Scotty had his ashes sent after his death, and William Shatner went at 90 with Jeff Bezos. A phenomenal sci-fi series that ran from 1966 to 1969 is still running today. What show spawned a cartoon series as well as 5 additional TV series and 14 movies? The answer is Star Trek. Question 17. The group was formed after the disbanding of both the Mystics, and the Jays. All members of this group in the 70s had attended the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. Originally formed as a hobby and to pick up girls, what group of 6 musicians had some hits including Easy and 3 Times a Lady? That group was the Commodores. Question 18. This U.S. ship was conducting offshore surveillance of North Korean radar and radio installations in 1968 when it was overtaken by the North Korean fleet in international waters. After negotiations, 82 of the 83-man crew were released, with 1 crew member dying of injuries. Name this ship. The answer is the USS Pueblo. Question 19. This famous and distinguished English actress has performed in over 60 films with such noted actors as Laurence Olivier, Michael Caine, Richard Harris, Alan Rickman, and Hugh Bonneville. 2 of what dame's most famous roles were as Minerva McGonagall and the Dowager Countess of Grantham? That dame was Dame Maggie Smith. Question number 20. The creation of these devices dates back to ancient civilizations. Past methods of keeping track of this measurement varied to include using the sun, water, candles, and sand. In modern times, mechanical and computer-generated versions of what device have been used? The device we're looking for is a timepiece or a clock. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Like I said at the beginning of this quiz, today's questions were sent in by Kathy K. She has sent in a handful of quizzes to the channel, kept us going for the last couple months. This is her submission for the final 50 challenge. We now only have 6 spots left on the final 50 challenge. We're up to, I think, entry number 44. So yeah, 6 spots left. If we don't fill those, that is not a big deal. I can get those. I will be back in Dayton by then. You guys have done the hard work. By the month that I will be traveling, I have all the quizzes in and ready to go. Everybody who has sent in a quiz has got a number. If we do get those 6 more, we'll have up to 50 entries into the drawing for $500, and that'll be September 28th or 29th during our live episode. So thank you again to Kathy. Here is question 21 for today, the tiebreaker for episode 955. This river in South America is arguably the second longest in the world. It has the largest drainage in terms of volume of its flow and the area of its basin. What river's westernmost source is in the Andes and its mouth is in the Atlantic Ocean? That river, the second longest in the world, is the Amazon River. Alright, thank you again for watching. See you tomorrow.